And what would you say inspired you to take this, a career? Because is it the finances, or is there a passion and a story behind behind why you chose to take this route?
So I think as a child, this is something that I guess, in hindsight, I guess influenced me. But at the time it was happening, I obviously did not understand what was happening. As a child, when I was in primary school, I was in a government primary school. I was, and I can say I was a bright student. So in government schools, as you know, they are very overpopulated, overcrowded with students, and obviously the teacher, it's one teacher per class.
Overwhelmed.
She's overwhelmed. She has no time to take care of every child's needs at the level that they require. So what they would do is they would pair a child who is struggling with a child who is not so struggling. So as a child, when I was in standard 2, standard 3, I was paired with a girl who had Down syndrome. And so it was my job to like help her understand what is happening in class. So I didn't give it much thought. So went through school till later on when I qualified as a doctor and even became a pediatrician, is when now you are forced to ask yourself where exactly you would like to spend a lot of your time and your effort in, because you can't, it's not everything that appeals to you, so you have to find what it is that appeals to you. So when I was making that decision, I had to reflect on what area of childcare do I feel most passionate about, and what area of childcare is underserviced in this country. And so it after a period of soul searching, it came to my mind and my heart that it needs to be the area of childcare that is concerned with the development of a child, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, social, or in any realm that a child needs to develop in.
And would you say that your experience, especially growing up, yes, it was a subconscious decision that you made, or that was made for you, but would you say that kind of gave you an advantage in this field you're in, or it just gave you, maybe this is what I'm meant to be doing all along?
Yeah, it wasn't very obvious, I can say, when I was because this is a decision I made about 4 years ago, so it wasn't very obvious. It took a while to know what it is I'm interested in, because during training I was obviously, as all doctors are, interested in surgery, cutting people up, especially the brain, because we all read that book by Ben Carson, of Gifted Hands. So going into medical school, I was imagining that I would be a surgeon. So it only took, it took a lot of, I would say, trial and error to find what area I'm passionate in. So the first clarity was to know that I was interested in children. So after finishing my what we call internship, I was clear that I want to work with children, but I didn't know which area of pediatrics I was interested in. So I had again to go back to work and just, trial and error, figuring it out, weighing the merits and demerits of every area of speciality. And after about 3 or 4 years of being in general pediatric care is when I literally sat down for a good number of months and basically went through all areas of pediatrics that are available to see which one appeals to me the most. And that's when I came up with this area.
Okay. Right. And in our country, it's not really the go-to profession for most people. Do you feel like you're understaffed? And while we're still on the same topic, do you feel like you have enough reach for parents and children who have this developmental issues that have not come on board? Because personally, I have come across somebody, and after assessing our children during playgroup, I'm like, in the kindest way possible, have you had this child, taken in for an assessment? Maybe there's something, and there's just a certain level of denial when it comes to parents. So who are you able to reach? Is it only the people who come to you, or is there an initiative to, convince people that maybe it's okay to have your child come in for an assessment?